The night shift at Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station was usually quiet. Most operators spent their time watching endless streams of data scroll across their screens, broken only by the occasional coffee break. But tonight was different. Tom Wilson sat up straight in his chair as his monitoring system lit up with unusual readings. The energy signatures coming from the edge of the Kuiper Belt didn't match anything in their database. He double-checked his instruments, making sure it wasn't just another technical glitch. "Hey, Robert," Tom called out to his supervisor. "You might want to take a look at this." Robert walked over, his coffee mug still steaming. As he leaned in to look at the screen, his eyes widened. "Call United Space Command. Now." Within hours, the station's quiet atmosphere transformed into a bustling command center. Military officials and scientists crowded around displays, arguing about the strange energy patterns that kept growing stronger. "It's definitely not natural," said Dr. Mary Peters, the lead scientist. "These patterns are too regular, too structured. Whatever it is, it's artificial. And it's big." Just as she finished speaking, a new alert flashed across the main screen. The computer had detected what appeared to be a transmission, a repeating signal unlike anything they'd heard before. Commander Jack Thompson arrived at the station by helicopter less than an hour later. As the head of Earth's First Contact Division, he had trained for this moment his entire career, though he never truly expected it to happen. "Play the signal," he ordered, standing in the center of the room with his hands clasped behind his back. The speakers crackled to life. The sound that filled the room wasn't random noise. It had structure, rhythm, and most importantly, it was clearly artificial. The scientists in the room looked at each other with a mix of excitement and fear. "Sir," Tom spoke up from his station, "the computer analysis suggests it's a distress signal. The pattern matches emergency broadcasts, just not human ones." Commander Thompson nodded slowly. "How many ships can we have ready within 24 hours? "The ECS Horizon is already prepared for launch," Robert replied. "It's our newest long-range vessel, equipped with first contact protocols and translation systems." "Get it ready," Thompson ordered. "I'll lead the mission myself." The next 18 hours were a blur of activity. The ECS Horizon, a sleek exploration vessel designed for deep space missions, was quickly stocked with additional supplies. A carefully selected crew of scientists, engineers, and first contact specialists boarded the ship. As they prepared for launch, Dr. Peters approached Commander Thompson on the bridge. "Sir, if these really are aliens, they could be hostile. We should consider military backup." Thompson shook his head. "If they wanted to attack, they wouldn't be broadcasting distress signals. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is offer help first and worry about consequences later." The launch was smooth, and the Horizon's advanced engines pushed them toward the source of the signals faster than any human vessel had traveled before. As they approached the Kuiper Belt, the ship's sensors began picking up more detailed readings. "Commander," called out the sensor operator, "I'm detecting multiple large objects ahead. They're massive, sir. Bigger than anything we've ever built." The bridge crew watched in awe as the first visual images appeared on their screens. A fleet of ships hung motionless in space, their designs unlike anything human minds had imagined. Their hulls seemed to shimmer with an inner light, but several showed signs of damage. "Send the universal greeting package," Thompson ordered. "Let them know we're here to help." As the Horizon moved closer to the alien fleet, everyone on board knew they were about to make history. Humanity's first contact with an alien civilization wasn't going to be a war, a conquest, or even a formal diplomatic meeting. It was going to be a rescue mission. Thompson smiled. Somehow, that felt exactly right. The ECS Horizon floated silently in space, facing the massive alien fleet. The strange ships glowed with a faint blue light, their curved shapes making them look like giant whales swimming in a dark ocean. "Any response to our greeting? Communications?" Commander Thompson asked, his eyes fixed on the main viewport. "Yes, sir," replied Kate. the communications officer. "They're transmitting images, I think, putting them on the main screen." The bridge crew watched as a series of pictures appeared. They showed a star, their sun, and what looked like a massive solar storm. Then images of damaged ships, followed by mathematical equations. Dr. Peters stepped forward, studying the equations. "They're trying to tell us what happened. These numbers, they're describing a solar event we didn't even detect. Their ships must have been caught in it." The next transmission from the aliens included simple geometric shapes, circles, squares, and triangles, arranged in patterns. It was a basic attempt at building a common language. "Send back the same shapes, but add one more to each pattern," Thompson ordered. "Show them we understand." Hours passed as the two ships exchanged increasingly complex messages. The aliens, they learned, called themselves the Stellar Collective. They were peaceful explorers who had been studying distant solar systems when their ships were damaged by an unexpected solar storm. "Sir," Kate called out, her voice excited, "they're sending us a real-time video transmission." The main screen flickered to life. The bridge crew found themselves looking at an alien control room. The beings they saw were tall and slender, with silvery skin that seemed to shimmer like their ships. Their large eyes blinked slowly as they studied the humans. One alien stepped forward. Through the basic translation system they had built, it spoke. "We thank humans for answering call, but help may not be possible. Your technology, very young." Thompson smiled politely. "We may surprise you. Would you allow our engineers to look at your damaged systems?" The aliens discussed among themselves, their musical language filling the command center. Finally, they turned back to the screen. "We permit small team, but damage beyond your understanding. Our quantum drive's very advanced." "Let us try," Thompson replied. "Sometimes the simplest solutions work best." The aliens agreed to let a small team board their main ship. Engineer Bill Parker led the group, carrying basic diagnostic tools. As they entered the alien vessel through an airlock, they couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the advanced technology surrounding them. The alien ship's corridors seemed to be made of flowing metal, and lights pulsed along the walls like heartbeats. Their guide, a tall alien they nicknamed Blue because of its slightly blue-tinted skin, led them to the engine room. "Here is quantum drive," Blue explained through a portable translator. "Energy matrix destabilized by solar radiation. Cannot rebuild without special materials." Bill studied the damaged systems. While the technology was incredibly advanced, he could see that the basic principles weren't too different from human engines. It was just more elegant, more refined. "The quantum stuff might be damaged," Bill said, "but what about basic backup systems? Surely you have those." Blue tilted its head in confusion. "Backup? No need. Quantum drive never fails, until now." Bill exchanged looks with his team. "You mean you don't have any mechanical backups? No emergency systems? Mechanical." Blue made a sound that might have been a laugh. "Such primitive technology. We evolved past that many cycles ago." Bill grinned. "Well, sometimes primitive is exactly what you need. Commander," he called over his radio, "I think we can help them. But they're not going to like how we do it." Back on the horizon, Thompson smiled. Humanity might be young in the galaxy, but they had learned long ago to keep backup plans for their backup plans. Sometimes, being primitive had its advantages. "Tell them we're ready to help," Thompson replied. "Let's show the Stellar Collective what human ingenuity can do." Captain Lisa Brown arrived on the alien flagship with her engineering team, carrying cases full of testing equipment. The aliens watched with a mixture of curiosity and doubt as the humans began their work. Their silver skin reflected the pulsing lights of their ship's corridors, making them look like living mirrors. "The quantum drives are completely fried," Bill explained to Lisa, pointing at the complex machinery. "But that's not even our biggest problem. Look at this." Lisa followed Bill to a large display showing the ship's power systems. Even with the language barrier, she could tell the readings were critical. How long do they have? Maybe 3 days before total power loss, Bill said. These ships weren't designed to run on backup power because they never thought they'd need it. It's like having a car with no spare tire. Blue, their alien guide, approached them. Have you discovered why help is impossible? The translator made the alien's voice sound flat and mechanical. Lisa smiled. Actually, we think we can help, but you might not like our solution. She pulled out a tablet and began drawing a simple diagram. Your quantum drives are amazing, but they're too damaged to repair without special materials. However, we could adapt some of our technology to work with your systems. Blue's large eyes blinked rapidly. Human technology. But it is. The alien paused, seemingly searching for a polite word. Primitive. Lisa finished. Sometimes the old ways work best. We can build you a temporary power system using our fusion technology. It won't be as efficient as your quantum drives, but it will get your fleet home. The alien's skin changed color slightly, showing what might have been embarrassment. Our system's not compatible with such basic technology. That's where you're wrong, Lisa said. She projected a hologram showing her plan. We can use your own power distribution network. We'll just feed it with our fusion reactors instead of quantum energy. Think of it like using a backup generator when your main power goes out. Blue studied the diagram for a long moment. Must consult with council, it said finally, gliding away to communicate with its leaders. While they waited, Lisa's team continued their assessment. The damage was extensive, but not impossible to fix. The solar storm had created a cascade failure in the quantum systems, but the basic infrastructure of the ships was still sound. Look at this, one of the engineers called out. He was examining what appeared to be an auxiliary power coupling. They've got connection points that might work with our systems. It's like they planned for this but forgot about it. Lisa walked over to inspect it. Good find, Mike. These look like universal power adapters. Maybe they're left over from when they were developing this technology. The discussion was interrupted by Blue's return. The alien skin had taken on a deeper shade, indicating what the humans had learned was serious consideration. Council has concerns, Blue announced. Connecting primitive technology to our advanced systems could damage them further. Lisa nodded. I understand their worry. Would they allow us to test our solution on one small system first? We can prove it's safe. Blue conferred with the council again through a neural link. Minutes passed as the humans waited, continuing their measurements and calculations. Finally, Blue returned. Council agrees to test, but only on non-essential system. If damage occurs, test ends. Lisa grinned. That's all we need. Bill, get the portable fusion unit from the horizon. Mike, start mapping out the power connections. We're going to show them what primitive technology can do. As her team rushed to work, Lisa looked around the alien engine room. The Stellar Collective had built beautiful, elegant machines that seemed almost magical, but they had forgotten something humans had learned through countless disasters and close calls. Always have a backup plan. Commander Thompson's voice came through her radio. How's it looking, Captain? We can do this, sir, Lisa replied. Their technology might be advanced, but they forgot the basics. Sometimes you need a hammer more than you need a quantum spanner. Thompson chuckled. Keep me posted. And Lisa, let's show them why humans never gave up on the simple solutions. The engineering team began unloading their equipment, ready to prove that humanity's primitive technology could save the day. The test chamber on the alien flagship hummed with energy as Lisa and her team set up their equipment. They had chosen a small water recycling system for their first attempt at combining human and alien technology. If anything went wrong, no one would be in danger. Fusion unit ready, Bill announced, checking the readings on his tablet. The portable reactor they'd brought from the horizon looked bulky and industrial next to the sleek alien machinery. Blue and 3 other aliens watched from a safe distance. Their skin rippled with colors that the humans had learned meant anxiety and doubt. Your device appears unstable, Blue commented through the translator. "It looks rough," Lisa admitted, "but that's because we build things to be easily fixed." She pointed to the outer casing. "See these panels? You can replace any part in minutes. No quantum engineering degree needed." The aliens exchanged glances, their skin now showing shades of what might have been amusement or disbelief. Mike finished connecting the power cables, each one carefully insulated, and checked 3 times. "Ready for power-up sequence, Captain." Lisa nodded. "Blue, we're ready to begin. The fusion reactor will power your recycling system at 20% capacity first. We'll increase it slowly to make sure everything works." The aliens moved even further back. One of them spoke rapidly to Blue, who translated. "Council observer says human technology too unpredictable, high risk." "Sometimes the best solutions are unpredictable," Lisa replied with a smile. She turned to her team. "Start the sequence." The fusion reactor came to life with a low hum. Green lights flickered across its control panel as power began flowing through the cables. Everyone watched the alien display screens, waiting to see how the systems would react. At first, nothing happened. Then, slowly, the alien recycling system began to pulse with a familiar blue light. The alien's skin changed to a bright shade that humans hadn't seen before. "Energy flow stable," Bill reported. "The alien system is accepting our power input, increasing to 40%. As the power level rose, something unexpected happened. The alien technology began adapting to the fusion reactor's energy signature, creating a more efficient flow than the humans had predicted. "Look at this," Mike called out, pointing to his readings. "Their system is learning from ours. It's finding ways to use our primitive energy better than we planned." Blue moved closer, its previous doubt replaced by fascination. "Your power source, it has pattern. Different from quantum energy, but harmonious." Lisa studied the readings. "Your systems are quantum-based, which means they can adapt and learn. They're taking our steady fusion power and finding new ways to use it. It's like teaching an advanced computer to play a simple game. It finds possibilities we never imagined." Over the next hour, they gradually increased power to full capacity. The recycling system wasn't just working. It was operating at 95% of its normal efficiency with the human power source. Commander Thompson's voice came through the radio. "Report, Captain." "Success, sir," Lisa replied, unable to keep the excitement from her voice. "The test worked better than we hoped. Their quantum systems can adapt to our fusion power. We can do this for the whole fleet." The aliens were now gathering around the fusion reactor, their skin glowing with colors that suggested excitement and curiosity. Blue spoke for the group. "Council is impressed. Perhaps primitive not always mean inferior. Sometimes means innovative." "That's humanity for you," Lisa said proudly. "We keep the old tools sharp even as we develop new ones. Now let's talk about scaling this up for your main drives." As her team began planning the larger implementation, Lisa watched the aliens examining their equipment with new respect. The humans might not have quantum drives or ships that looked like works of art, but they had something just as valuable: the ability to combine the old and the new in ways nobody expected. Sometimes, she thought, the best way forward is to remember where you came from. The large-scale power integration was going smoothly. Too smoothly, Bill thought. After 3 successful small-scale tests, they had begun connecting fusion reactors to the main systems of the alien flagship. The huge engine room buzzed with activity as human engineers worked alongside alien technicians. "Power levels holding steady at 60%, Mike reported from his station. The portable fusion reactors hummed in unison, feeding energy into the alien ship's quantum systems. Lisa watched the main display carefully. "Good. Take it up to 70%. Slow and steady." Blue stood nearby, its skin showing swirling patterns that the humans now recognized as excitement mixed with concern. "Energy flow is elegant, not expected from fusion technology." Suddenly, one of the alien monitors flashed red. A high-pitched tone filled the engine room. Something's wrong. Blue's translator crackled with urgency. Quantum matrix showing strange readings. Bill rushed to check his instruments. The quantum systems are pulling more power than we're feeding them. It's like they're hungry for more energy. Shut it down, Lisa ordered. But before anyone could react, the alien ship's systems began to glow with an intense blue light. Quantum matrices are linking across all ships, Blue reported, its skin now pale with fear. Crisis spreading through fleet. Lisa grabbed her radio. Commander Thompson, we have an emergency. The quantum systems are creating some kind of feedback loop with our fusion reactors. How bad? Thompson's voice was steady. If we don't stop it, we could lose both fleets, Lisa replied. She turned to her team. We need ideas. Now. Mike spoke up from his station. The quantum systems are learning too fast. They're trying to enhance our fusion power like they did in the small tests, but at this scale. It's too much, Bill finished. They're going to overload. Blue's skin pulsed with rapid color changes. Council says abandon ships. No solution possible. No, Lisa shouted. She stared at the readings, her mind racing. Wait, the quantum systems are adaptive, right? They learn and change. Correct, Blue confirmed, is why they're dangerous now. Lisa's eyes lit up. Then we teach them something new. She rushed to the main control panel. Bill, Mike, reverse the power flow on reactors 3 and 4. Keep 1 and 2 pushing. That'll create interference, Bill warned. It could make things worse. Or it could give the quantum systems something new to solve, Lisa countered. Like teaching a child that sometimes less is more. The engineers rushed to comply. As they reversed the power flow, the alien ship's glow intensified. Quantum matrices responding, Blue reported. But pattern is unusual. Lisa watched the energy readings fluctuate wildly. The systems are trying to balance the opposing power flows. Come on, figure it out. For several tense minutes, the combined fleet hung in space as energy surged back and forth. Warning alarms blared from both human and alien systems. The engine room grew hot as power coursed through every circuit. Then, slowly, the intense glow began to fade. The quantum systems adapted to the new power pattern, finding a stable balance between the opposing forces. Power levels dropping, Mike called out. They're stabilizing. The quantum matrices, Blue's translator struggled to keep up with its excited tones. They've created new power management protocols. Learning from crisis. Lisa let out a breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding. They didn't just adapt to our power. They learned to manage it better. Sometimes you need to fail a little to succeed. Commander Thompson's voice came through the radio. Status report. Crisis averted, sir, Lisa replied. And I think we just discovered a better way to integrate our technologies. The quantum systems needed to learn their limits before they could work properly with our fusion power. Blue's skin showed colors of deep respect. Humans teach valuable lesson. Sometimes wisest action is to step backward to move forward. As the emergency lights dimmed and normal operations resumed, Lisa looked around at her tired but proud team. They had faced a potential disaster and turned it into a breakthrough, not through advanced technology, but through understanding how to work with it. That's another human specialty, she thought, finding opportunities in our mistakes. After the crisis, work proceeded with renewed energy. The engine room of the alien flagship had transformed into a unique mix of human and alien technology. Fusion reactors sat next to quantum matrices, their powers working together in ways nobody had imagined possible. Final power connections complete on the flagship, Bill announced, wiping sweat from his forehead. The past 12 hours had been intense but productive. Lisa nodded, checking the readings on her tablet. How are the other ships coming along? Teams 3 and 4 report their vessels are ready, Mike called from his communication station. That makes 10 ships complete, 5 to go. Blue glided into the engine room, its skin glowing with what the humans now recognize as excitement. Council wishes to observe final activation sequence. Your success. Unexpected. Remarkable. Commander Thompson had joined them for this crucial moment. He stood beside Lisa as they prepared to bring the entire fleet online with the new hybrid power system. Remember when you thought our technology was too primitive to help? Thompson asked Blue with a gentle smile. The alien's skin rippled with colors of embarrassment. We were incorrect in our assessment. Humans prove that simple solutions have great value. All ships report ready, Mike announced. We can begin power-up whenever you give the word. Lisa looked at Thompson, who nodded. Start the sequence. Nice and slow, just like we planned. One by one, the fusion reactors on each ship hummed to life. The quantum systems, now programmed with their new understanding of human power generation, accepted the energy smoothly. Displays across the fleet showed steady power levels rising. 30%, 40%. Bill called out the readings. Everything looking stable. Blue's skin pulsed with rapid color changes as it monitored its own systems. Quantum matrices accepting power flow. Efficiency ratings beyond expected parameters. The combined fleet's power grid continued to strengthen. What had started as an emergency solution had evolved into something new. A perfect blend of human reliability and alien efficiency. 70%, 80%. Bill continued. All systems remained stable. Lisa watched as the final numbers came in. We're at full power. How are the quantum matrices handling it? Blue's translator struggled to keep up with its excited tones. Better than original configuration. Human fusion power, when properly managed by quantum systems, provides more stable energy flow. Thompson smiled. Sometimes the best solutions come from combining different approaches. Your quantum technology is incredible, but our primitive fusion power has centuries of refinement behind it. Council agrees. Blue announced. Requests permission to study human fusion technology. Much to learn from your methods. I think we can arrange a knowledge exchange. Thompson replied. We certainly have a lot to learn from your quantum systems as well. Lisa watched as her engineering teams began final checks on the fleet's new power grid. What had started as an emergency repair had turned into something revolutionary. A new way of thinking about power generation that combined the best of both civilizations. Power distribution is optimal across all vessels, Mike reported. The quantum systems are actually improving our fusion efficiency. They're learning and adapting with each minute. Like I said, Lisa commented, sometimes teaching is better than replacing. The quantum systems just needed to learn how to work with different types of power. Blue's skin showed deep blues and greens, colors of satisfaction and respect. Human engineers welcome to continue working with Stellar Collective. Perhaps more old wisdom can improve new technology. Thompson turned to Lisa. Well, Captain, looks like your crazy idea just changed the future of space travel. Not my idea, sir, Lisa replied. This was pure human nature at work. We've always been good at making old and new work together. As the fleet's engines powered up for the first time since the solar storm, the combined glow of quantum and fusion energy created a beautiful sight. It was more than just a rescue mission now. It was the beginning of a new era of cooperation between two very different civilizations. Ready for system test, Blue announced. Thanks to humans, Stellar Collective Fleet will fly again. But now, with better understanding of simple wisdom. 1 month after the rescue, the ECS Horizon floated alongside the Stellar Collective flagship for a final meeting. The alien fleet's engines glowed with their new hybrid power system, a beautiful mix of quantum blue light and the steady pulse of human fusion technology. Commander Thompson stood on the Horizon's bridge, watching as a delegation from Earth arrived for the official ceremony. The United Space Command's leadership had traveled all this way to formalize the new alliance with the Stellar Collective. Hard to believe it all started with a distress signal, Bill said, standing next to Lisa. Both of them had received commendations for their work in saving the fleet. Ships approaching from hyperspace, the sensor operator announced. Stellar Collective reinforcements have arrived. 3 massive ships appeared, their designs even more impressive than the rescued fleet. Blue, now serving as the official liaison between humans and the collective, watched them arrive with obvious pride. Council sends their finest ships, Blue explained, its skin showing formal ceremonial patterns, to honor human achievement and mark new beginning. The ceremony took place in the flagship's Grand Hall, where both human and alien technologies now work together in harmony. Leaders from Earth sat alongside the Stellar Collective Council, their differences forgotten in the spirit of cooperation. The head counselor, a tall alien with shimmering gold-tinted skin, stood to address the gathering. One cycle ago, we thought humans too primitive to help our advanced civilization. We were wrong. Humans taught us that true advancement comes not from abandoning old ways, but from building upon them wisely. Thompson stepped forward to sign the Alliance Treaty. We may be young among the stars, he said, but we've learned valuable lessons along the way. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful. The treaty was more than just words on paper. It included plans for technology exchange, joint research projects, and most importantly, a sharing of philosophies about innovation and progress. Engineering teams report the hybrid power system designs are ready for sharing, Lisa announced. Both our civilizations can start building better ships using what we've learned. Blue's skin rippled with excitement. Already, other species contact Collective, wanting to learn of human methods. Your reputation spreads through galaxy. Mike laughed. Not bad for a primitive species, huh? The alien engineers who had worked alongside the humans now showed their own teams how to combine quantum and fusion technologies. What had started as an emergency fix had become a revolution in space travel. Council extends invitation, Blue announced. Earth to join Stellar Collective as full member. Equal status, despite younger civilization age. Thompson smiled. We'd be honored. Though I hope you're ready for more human solutions to advanced problems. The head counselor's skin glowed with amusement. We look forward to learning more primitive wisdom. Perhaps humans will help us remember other important things we forgot while chasing advancement. As the ceremony concluded, Lisa stood at a viewport, watching Earth's ships and alien vessels moving together in perfect formation. A year ago, humans had wondered if they were alone in the universe. Now they were teaching advanced aliens about the value of keeping things simple. You know what this means, right? Bill asked, joining her at the window. What's that? Somewhere out there, another alien civilization is probably having problems with their fancy technology, and now they'll call humans first. Lisa laughed. Well, they could do worse. We might not have the most advanced technology, but we know how to make things work. Blue approached them, its skin showing the now familiar colors of friendship. Council says human engineering teams welcome on any collective ship. Your primitive solutions may prevent future problems. Primitive solutions, Thompson replied, joining the group. I think we can come up with a better name for it. How about human ingenuity? As the Earth ships prepared to return home, messages were already spreading across the galaxy. They told of a young species that had saved an advanced civilization, not through powerful weapons or superior technology, but through simple wisdom and practical thinking. The legacy of humanity's first major act in galactic society would be remembered not as a story of warfare or conquest, but as one of helping others and finding elegance in simplicity. And perhaps that was the most advanced solution of all.